Toronto, Canada, where the streets are friendly, the Christmas lights are sparkling bright, and the community is a welcoming one. Yet every year, thousands of people gather at the Church Wellesley Gay Village to celebrate the holiday season and be a part of a community that embraces diversity and welcomes inclusion. But behind the fun and merriment, a dark secret began to creep into the activities of the city's residents, one that would change the life of families indefinitely. This is the haunting story of how the city of Toronto discovered the truth about the city's most infamous serial killer and what would come to be known as the Christmas killings. Toronto, hailed as one of the safest major cities in the world, is renowned for its colorful neighborhoods and embracing environment. Church Wellesley's Gay Village has always been the rallying point for the LGBTQ+ community, drawing people from all backgrounds. For Haran Vijayanathan, an LGBTQ+ individual, those early years of the 2010s in Church Wellesley's Gay Village were when he felt most happy and safe. This was an environment where friends gathered to have coffee, families reunite to celebrate, and all could be themselves. However, towards the end of 2010, this feeling of security began to dwindle. There started to be a series of cases of people disappearing from the very heart of the gay village. Initially, the community was perplexed and frightened. Questions began to be asked. Could this possibly be the act of a serial killer? Nobody could have foreseen the terror that was occurring. Together with the festive mood, there was Karen Fraser, spreading holiday joy. Fraser was known as a philanthropist, as every Christmas she devoted herself to spreading joy among the homeless and less fortunate. As mentioned, Fraser recorded a Christmas podcast in 2005. On this podcast, she conducted interviews with a local man named Bruce MacArthur, who was working as Santa for the department store. On his podcast, Bruce was appearing as affable, talented, and passionate about his work, spreading holiday joy. At that moment, no one could have guessed that he would emerge as key in one of the most dreadful investigations in Toronto's crime history. To those around him, everything about Bruce MacArthur's life seemed normal. He was a landscape gardener, a skilled gardener, and a supportive friend. He even helped Karen Fraser in her charity activities by raising funds and taking care of the garden displays. His private life did not seem anything out of the ordinary, although it was a bit complex. Bruce had been exposed to the public as a gay man before, which put a strain on his marriage life, yet he kept a low profile in the neighborhood. Meanwhile, towards the end of 2010, a series of disappearances was introduced for the first time. Then 42-year-old Iranian-Canadian husband and father, Abdul Basir Faizi, failed to return home from work on December 29, 2010. Faizi had been secretly meeting men at Gay Village, a situation his wife was not aware of. Indeed, Faizi did not return home, and his wife made a missing persons report. Just a short while later, Faizi's car was discovered north of Gay Village, locked and showing no signs of a struggle having ensued, and at this stage, there were no leads for the police to follow. Earlier, another man, Skanda Navaratnam, had gone missing 4 months before Faizi. Navaratnam was originally from Sri Lanka, was very sociable, well-connected, and was a teaching assistant at the University of Toronto. Skanda's friends had made sure that the missing notices were up all over the village. Haran Vijayanathan remembers seeing the notices and feeling a chill creep over him. All these were men of color, immigrants, disappearing into thin air. A third man, Majid Kayhan, from Afghanistan, went missing 2 years later. He also failed to contact his son, and his son reported him missing. This increased a feeling of fear among the community, and particularly men of color, as questions were raised as to whether the village was still a safe place to call home. Initially, police investigated each case separately. However, it wasn't until November 2012 that an important tip led them all back together. A person posting on a cannibal fetish site posted that they cannibalized a brown-skinned male in Toronto's gay village. Though this tip may have seemed surreal, the poster had a record of making valid suggestions in the past. The Toronto police consequently initiated Project Houston. The project involved the establishment of a task force that focused on the investigations of the missing men specifically: Navaratnam, Faizi, and Kahan. The search was exhaustive, but initially, there was nothing to show for it. The police carried out searches, interviews, and checks, taking into account a lead from Switzerland, which culminated in the arrest of a man named James Brunton, who had some macabre nightmares but was not connected to the persons who had disappeared. Interestingly, this arrest revealed a ring that was involved in child pornography. However, a breakthrough was realized after the police found a common association between the missing persons, in that they had all communicated with a user named Silver Fox on a gay dating site called silverdaddies.com. The investigation of this user identified a man named Bruce MacArthur, who was a 61-year-old landscaper and a resident of the Church Wellesley Villages as a member of the community. At first, he cooperated with the police and shared information about the missing persons, including the fact that he had employed one of them named Kahan as a landscaper. Nevertheless, he was not suspected, and Project Houston was terminated. However, from 2015 to 2017, instances of disappearance carried on unabated. Sarush Mahmoodi, Kirushna Kumar Kanagaratnam, Dean Lisawick, and Salim Asen are some of those who disappeared during this period. However, with the disappearance of Andrew Kinsman, a very prominent and loved member of the gay community during the Toronto Pride Festival of 2017, matters came to a head since he was a very prominent member of the gay community. Kinsman's disappearance spurred the creation of Project Prism, an entirely new police task force. A calendar found in Kinsman's apartment had an appointment with a man named Bruce, whose profile matched MacArthur's. Security video evidence indicated Kinsman entered the red Dodge Caravan, later found to be owned by MacArthur. Assault allegations against MacArthur involving the van were another red flag. A search for the van began, resulting in its discovery in a car wrecking yard. Later forensic analysis of the van confirmed Kinsman's blood to be inside. When sufficient cause existed, authorities entering MacArthur's apartment surreptitiously, copying computer data. It revealed photos of men who had gone missing, some of whom had died, connecting to MacArthur, proving direct involvement of crimes by him. Arrest. MacArthur was arrested on January 18, 2018. When police raided his house, they found a handcuffed victim in his bedroom, who was possibly his 9th target. His investigations in his properties revealed the bodies of 7 victims in plant pots, with the 8th being found in another place. This tragic event made MacArthur a confirmed serial killer, with this being the worst mass murder crime in Toronto's history. Eventually, on January 18, 2019, Bruce MacArthur pleaded guilty to 8 counts of murder in the first degree. As a consequence, an automatic life sentence was applied, which was the longest sentence in Canada. However, this perpetrator neither displayed remorse for the crimes committed, nor gave the victims' families the chance to mourn the loss caused by the horror experienced over the course of the years. However, Karen Fraser continued doing charity work. The Bruce MacArthur case serves as a chilling reminder of how sometimes danger can lurk in plain sight, and of the importance of awareness, community, and compassion in getting to the truth. It is a tale of fear, tenacity, and finally, justice that is played out with great resonance in the gay community of Toronto. If you want to explore more shocking true crime stories like this one, with all the suspense and details you'd expect from a Netflix crime documentary, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Don't miss the next chilling story waiting to unfold.